Write an exponential function y equals ab to the x power whose graph passes through 112 and 3, 108. First thing you guys probably recognize is that the x values are not consecutive, which means they're not like right next to each other. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to write down the formula. And I'll call this step, I guess you can always look backwards and do it, but I'm going to solve for A. Solve for A is the first thing I'm doing. So I'm going to plug in an x and a y. So I get 12 equals ab to the first power. And solving for a basically means get a by itself. Get a equals. That's what I'm trying to do here. So essentially this is the same thing, right? 12 equals ab. And then to get a by itself, all I have to do is divide by b. Essentially the big idea of what we're doing here is we're using systems of equations. So a is equal to 12 over the letter b. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to call this step use A. Use the A that we just got. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the exponential equation. And I'm going to plug in our x and our y. Class, what's my y value? Okay, here's the step we need. And now I'm going to plug in A. I'm using A. A is equal to what, class? 12 over B. And then I have this B here, and my x coordinate is 3. Let's solve this craziness and see what we get. B to the third. How do you make that a fraction? Put over 1. Since we're in exponentials, you can use a couple of rules here. Same base, you can subtract the exponents. 3 minus 1 equals what? 2. B squared would be in the numerator. Okay, that would probably be a better rule to use. But let's just say, like, we're just reviewing, so you can do B times B squared over B. What happens there? The B's cancel. So I'm left with 108 equals 12 times B squared. And then we can just solve for B. What do I do? Square root or divide by 12? Let's divide first. My 12 cancels on this side. 12 goes into 108. How many? 9. And then how do you solve for B? Okay, normally we have said the answer is what? Huh? Huh? Positive or negative? And let's think back to exponentials here. The B value represents the what? The common ratio. Okay, we're not sure if it's a 3 or a negative 3. Let's keep it a positive, and I'll show you a solution. Step number 3, I don't know, really solve for A. Really solve for A. Really solve for A. I'm going to put my B value in here, and I get A equals 12 divided by 3. 12 divided by 3 is what, class? 4. So I have A equals 4, B equals 3, Y equals 4 times 3 to the x power is our answer. So step number 1, solve for A in terms of B. Use the A value in the second order pair. Take your B value to really solve for A, then you got an A and a B, and then you have an equation.